back, everyone, and it's fabulous to see you here. For those who are new to my channel, because I will briefly run through, called Meister Tarot because Meister is my main spirit guide. I have several spirit guides that pop in and out all the time, but Meister is the one that gives me a clip around the head and yells in my ear and pops up at the most inappropriate occasions to let me know either information or whether I've got something wrong. So here's my main spirit guide, and that's why we're called Meister Tarot. And I say we because he is the one that is doing the work. I am just passing the message along. Okay, so after my great excitement this morning with the fact that this weekend we have a new government, I do need to temper it slightly and just let you know that both of our major parties, one is forming government, the Australian Labor Party, the Conservative so-called Liberal Party, not Liberal at all, the Conservative Evangelical Party was tossed out. But both of our major parties lost significant voting ground to our independents and our minor parties. Now, our minor parties are things like the Greens Party, and a lot of independents came through this time around. And a little snippet that I forgot to mention the first time around in this morning's video was that we now have 43% of our parliamentary representatives are women. So that's really exciting, and the independents that got through were all women. So the independents and the Greens Party, which is a minor party, will hold balance of power in our upper house, our Senate, which is exciting, and they also wield a lot of power in our lower house, our House of Representatives. So hopefully we have better representation of the Australian people rather than big business and international conglomerates through actual independence, and both parties do need to have a lot of soul searching, because I think they fairly well abandoned the female and youth vote to a certain degree, or they just dismissed it. So both got a bit of a wake-up call, but pleased to see that our Progressive Party got through. Now, what I wanted to have a look at in the second quick reading is the future of Murdoch Media. So despite their best efforts, we have in Australia Sky News, which is the US equivalent of Fox. Murdoch owned most of our print media, is also owned by Murdoch and a second owner whose name completely escapes me at the moment because he likes to stay invisible, but he is of a similar, if not even more conservative bent. And the same with a lot of our television media. We do have Australian Broadcasting Corporation and our SBS, both which are fairly neutral. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation is funded wholly by the government, not the government of the day, but by the government. So therefore it is pretty much unbiased. And SBS is our international news channel that is again funded in a way that it doesn't have a bias in what it puts forward. It puts forward simply the news without putting any opinion slants on it. So I want to have a quick look at the future of the future of Murdoch Media. Well, if this doesn't sum up what Murdoch Media is: betrayal, sabotage, lying, thievery, you name it. Sorry, that literally flew out of the deck at me. So I want to have a look at the future of Murdoch Media in Australia and then worldwide. Now, yeah, Rupert's is bloomin', he was around when they were mummifying the pharaohs. He looks like a mummified pharaoh at this moment, but he's getting extremely old. He has two sons, trying to think, Lachlan is the one that will inherit Murdoch. He is even more conservative than his father, if that is possible. The other son has walked away and said, I don't want to borrow this. But I want to have a quick look at the future. Okay, for those that caught my previous reading, there will be a federal investigation commission against federal anti-corruption institute, the ICAC. I'm just trying to think. An independent anti-corruption commission will be set up, and they will be this retreat. Okay, they will be set up fairly rapidly. Very rapidly is what I got. Okay, yes, Meister, very rapidly. And they will have media in their sites. So in Australia, what is the future of Murdoch Media? Pooey is almost how one feels saying the Murdoch Media, just spitting them out into the gutter. But tell me about the future of Murdoch Media in Australia. Tell me about the future of Murdoch. They have been exposed. Tell me about the future of Murdoch Media in Australia. Right, thank you, Master. Let's have a look. Okay, victory card. That's an interesting one. Okay, victory. Challenged by, okay. Now, Denise from Spiritual Growth Tarot came up with an explanation for this card that I absolutely adored. This is my Golden Universal Tarot, the deck that I use when money is involved. Her explanation from this card was the unconscious becoming conscious, and then and I've added on, and then let go. So we have this victory, and I think this is the election victory, and the influences of Murdoch Media has now been blatantly brought into the consciousness. Ooh, yes, do like that one. Heartbreak, loss, despair, and the Tower. Now the Tower is in the past, and I think that's because we've had this election. We've had this election. It is only the very recent past that this has been exposed. It will lead to loss, and the breaking down of old structures to build new, but very much this is an explosive card. Should have seen the tears on Sky News, goodness me. They were in complete denial about the way the election was going, and they all look extremely like they've been knocked over by a Mack truck, and copious amounts of tears. So, but this is, if you look at the figure at the bottom, this is basically how the commentators on Sky, our Fox, were behaving on the night and the next morning. So this is looking to new horizons. Looking to new horizons. The immediate future is we have this again. Thief in the night. This is the immediate. They're going to double down and try and. They're already claiming fraud and cheating, and the following the US Trump handbook, they're going to double down and with their lies is the immediate future. Try and steal, claim a steal. However, the external influence, this is my Anthony Albanese card, the calm diplomat, the inner strength, the confidence. This is the external influences, Anthony Albanese. The internal influences, they'll be working behind the scenes, frantically working behind the scenes, bringing all their skills. But this is the money that they have invested, trying to make the money work for them. Hopes and fears is the King of Pentacles. This is Rupert Murdoch himself, the oligarch. Their hope is that they'll throw money at it. Their fear is that Australians are seeing through it. Immediate outcome. Oh yes, I do like that one. Sorry, potential future. Sorry, not immediate. This is immediate. This is this is the outcome. Outcome. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Complete and utter downfall. Huge anxiety. Inevitable ending. So that's Murdoch Media in Australia. Things are going to be revealed. Secrets are going to be revealed. They're desperately trying to hold on. They're going to have to defend themselves in what is coming up, try and defend their actions. But boy, these three outcomes, couldn't ask for better cards if I say so myself. So very quickly, okay, so the rest of the world have now seen what is possible. Murdoch Media have had a shot across their bows as to where we're onto their BS. Tell me about Fox, the future of Fox in the US. Tell me about very quickly, tell me about the future of Fox in the US. New beginning of truth and wisdom. Oops, excuse my phone in the background there. Tell me about the future of Fox in the US. Tell me about the future of Fox in the US. Tell me about the future of Fox in the US. That card's really wanting to go. That card refused to go back in. So these two sword cards, truth cards, a new beginning of the truth cutting through, and then we have the harsh truth coming forward at a great rate, huge rate, as things are going to be exposed, revealed, and they're going to be out in the cold. Oh, couldn't happen to nicer people. And we've got this new beginning of communication. Base of the pack, they're going to find it very burdensome to get cut through in the US. Very burdensome. And we have also the government working together and loss for them. Okay, couldn't happen to nicer people, so I do like that for the US as well. May not happen overnight, but it will happen. It won't happen overnight. Those who are in Australia and New Zealand will get that. It's a throwback to a commercial back in the 80s, 90s. Shows how old I am. That it won't happen overnight. It will happen. The truth, that's a new beginning for truth, for true media will cut through. It'll be harsh truth coming forward really rapidly, revealing. I think this has part to do with the January the 6th. Have a look at that as well. As things are revealed, Fox Media will be out in the cold as we have a new communications beginning. So, thank you for joining me for this quickie, and I shall catch you later. Bye-bye.